Hey everyone, this is my first sketchbook tour and I'm really excited to share with you some of the sketchbooks that I've finished over the years. Now we're going to start with 2017 and I have finished a few since then, but these will all have their time for another video. So today we're going to be looking through this one. So I know I have a weird setup. I am sitting on the floor currently. I don't have a proper filming setup yet, but I still really wanted to share this with you. Let's just get started. I feel like we don't have much to really begin with. As you can see here, I ripped the paper off this sketchbook. I was very impatient at this age. This was in 2017. Oh look, I got a bit spicy here with the cover too. Bit of black texture as you can see. And I've written my name Dimitra in Greek twice, just in case I forgot that I did it once. I would remember my name with the second time. Alright, so let's open this bad boy up. I would just like you to know that I started this sketchbook when I was 17. Now, I went to this particular shop called Muji and I bought this sketchbook, which probably wasn't even a sketchbook, it's more like a no-lined notebook. And I also got this yellow pen. So you'll see yellow becomes a theme throughout this. I thought I was being really unique and original at the time. So we got a little quote, I don't know. I used to draw strange people. Bit of a pun here. You're gonna see a lot of that stuff. And the first time that I ever used this, I was on the train and I did write that on the train. As you can see, the yellow theme is staying strong. There's some collage elements again. We've got a bit of a situation happening here. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really have to explain some things, do I? I liked dirt faces. As you can also see here, I was really into Pinterest. So these are just stolen from Pinterest. I just wanted something to draw, and at that time I was happy to just draw what I could see other people doing that I liked, and this is how I got good at what I was doing. So it's not bad copying other people, trust me. At the start it's very important. Wow, can you tell I'm Australian? Can you tell? I just put that in here because it's yellow and it was a real Vegemite wrapper. Yeah, just strange looking people again. This is a style that I go on to develop quite thoroughly. Through the sketchbooks you will see this. And you know, this was my grandma in the nursing home just before she passed away. And I've got the date that she did pass away, and I couldn't do anything but draw really to try and get my mind off things. And I don't know if you can tell, but I tried to capture it in this page, and then I drew Harry Potter things. So I don't know. I think my mind was a bit all over the place. Again, that yellow theme saying really strong. And a bit of a storytelling situation here as well. Now, these sketchbook tours were high demand from you guys, and I just wanted to show you how simple I began. Again, this is just anime taken off Pinterest. I think this was too. I thought this color was close enough to yellow, and I wrote a whole paragraph about Japanese whiskey just because of that. Again, a lot more anime. Got Howl's Moving Castle, and that other one that I'd done just at the beginning, this one was from Spirited Away. Got more of this character doing handstands or headstands in front of the moon. Wow, so naughty. I was quite the rebel at school. I did a lot of these drawings at school. As you can tell, I've always had a sense of humor and also a sense of depression, I guess. Is that a thing? Sense of depression? I think it's just edgy, to be honest. Public humiliation. This was a bit of an essay that I wrote after watching the first episode of Black Mirror. So if you've seen Black Mirror, you'll remember the first episode with the pig. Now again, still continuing this yellow theme, very strong. I did like to draw alien looking figures like this a lot. Very common in my sketchbooks. I believe this is where I spilled coffee on my sketchbook one day. I do like to write in my journals as well. And here's a better example of how I started using pen, very scribbly. I've got a lot of people telling me that they do scribbly drawings. As you can see, I do too. This was my Greek teacher at school at the time. He used to say a lot of things to me, so I wrote them down. And here come the aliens again. And a lot more of them. I don't exactly know why I got into this. It's just something that came very naturally to me to draw these sort of alien looking figures in this pen. So this is all just done in ballpoint pen. And again, there's that yellow pen all throughout the sketchbook. Wow, I thought I was being very original here again with really ugly pervs perving on pretty girls on the internet. Even back in 2017, very prominent. Oh, tonsillitis. We loved that. The pain of it was, yeah, so bad that I had to write it down. And here you can probably see me getting into a bit of the stuff that you've probably seen from me now. Again, just playing around with the pen. This is more like the smooth style that I do with charcoal now. So this is where I started playing with those sort of textures. Keeping that yellow. So I went pretty hard. I mean, I was really consistently using this yellow pen. Tried to draw the ocean in charcoal. So this is one of the first times I started dabbling with charcoal. And I wasn't very happy with the result at the time, so I did give up on it and came back to it later in 2018. Again, you can see very similar taste for things even at this age to what I do now. With a lot of my drawings, I will tell you that I don't know what I was trying to achieve. I really don't know what this is. I don't understand. Sometimes I don't want to understand. This one is an illustration from a book called Of Mice and Men. So if you've read Of Mice and Men, this is what that is from. It's a very good book and I recommend it. Again, more alien looking things and faces. I've always loved drawing faces and portraits. Got a little sharky here representing Australia. I've dabbled again with charcoal here. Drew the beach where I live. Sneakily drew some students at school. And a lot of the time I draw at school, so I would then glue the pages into my sketchbook because I used to get in trouble for drawing in my sketchbook at school. The teachers from the class that I would draw in, like my maths teacher, would go to my art class teacher and just complain and tell him to punish me. But I think my art teachers were proud, so sucked in. I don't know, just mimicking. I used to try and copy a lot of the things that I liked, and that's just how I started to learn, I guess. again, I think it's really important to find your own way to improve upon something, and then later on you can definitely start your own unique drawings, but there's nothing wrong with replicating what you see at the start. This was actually one of my tops that I really liked the eye on it, but I hated the top, so I just cut it out and sewed it into this piece of paper. But yeah, this is where I started getting into charcoal. There's probably a date somewhere here, but as you can see, I really enjoyed the realism that I could start to achieve. It was a big step for me, and then we went back to whatever this style is. I forgot how many landscapes I tried to draw. This was a play I went to. When I found out how to do this design, I did not stop doing it. It says Ishopiton Vunon, which means the silence of the mountains. And I believe I did try to draw mountains just there. Bit of colour, as you can see, we've escaped from the yellow a little bit. Yeah, so this was a really fun drawing for me. I thought it was one of the best ones I'd ever done. Just a little more complicated. Background, foreground, and surrealism. I really like surreal things, so I always try to kind of sneak that into my drawings. This is just a picture, I didn't draw this, but you can see my love for sculptures started at this time. Bit of red. Crazy, I'm so experimental. I went from yellow to red. A bit of blue. Aliens again. This is the first time I used Copic markers, and I could not believe the level of colour that I could achieve. I thought it was just fascinating. Very bright colours. And I like to use both sides of the paper, as you can see, with different drawings. And here's a bit more of the dark stuff that we get into a bit more as I age. I am still looking for a date. Apparently I started not writing dates. I don't know how appropriate this is. Probably not very. I hope YouTube is okay with these things. I did this on black paper, just experimenting with colour. That red seems to be seeping through again. Here's a flower that a little girl gave to me at my formal for school, and I wanted to keep it forever. Again, this is all just black ballpoint pen, and you guys will be seeing a lot of Greek in here too. I used to like to read and write in Greek, especially at this time. I still do. So more charcoal. This is again an extension of that eye that we saw previously. I really got into that realism look just straight off the bat, and yeah, I kept doing that here too. This probably wasn't the best paper for it. Got a Slipknot reference, and this was my take on doing no face in a unique way. Charcoal again. I didn't draw this. This was just a stick in. And yeah, here we go. This is the first time Baby Demi tried to do the stuff that I kind of did today that you can see behind me here on the webcam. It's an amalgamation of sculptures and skulls, which is pretty much exactly what I do today. The omega is also something I include in a lot of my current drawings. It's funny to see how it bleeds through as we age. All this inspiration, it's always been there. Again, these figures, I don't know what they are, they're just always there. This bat was done before coronavirus, or else I probably wouldn't have drawn it. This was playing with those Copics again. And I thought I did something really smart here. Watercolor. Again, like Coon, that is exactly the painting that I have behind me. I like to play around with my books to make them into something that they probably wouldn't be traditionally. Bit of sewing. I remember I tried to study anatomy a bit more with these drawings. Nothing crazy, as you can see, but just a beginning of trying to draw more bodies, because I have always tended to draw faces a bit more. Again, these are really quick drawings. Bit of anime. And this was my very exclusive Copic marker selection that I had. As you can see, I was very proud of them, so I even put it down in this book. Had a Marilyn Monroe study. Still playing with those Copic colors. And just a lot more study on the body. This is my favorite anime of all time, Hunter x Hunter. Of course, I had to draw my favorite characters. And then here we have Icarus and Daedalus. This is Daedalus, and these are the wings that he made for his son Icarus. I know you probably wouldn't pick that, but just because I know the backstory, because I did draw it, might as well let you know. And here's the last page. And of course, most importantly, I've got his name. I know I'm gonna get shit for that, but yeah, he's in there. I've got a few little things in here. But that was it. This is the sketchbook I did in 2017, and this was the beginning of a very long career of drawing to the point where I am now. So I have a lot more sketchbooks to get through. If you did enjoy this, trust me, it gets better. So just let me know if you want me to do a tour of the other books too, and let me know your thoughts on this one. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see everyone next time.